Sí, 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 dígalo, parce. Tranquilo, ya le dio pena. He got shy. This is Envigado. This is the countryside. But this is not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about what an old workmate and friend, David Roberts from Wales, England, told me this morning when we met. Not by chance, because there's nothing by chance. This is Traveling Eddie, and we're going places, and there's nothing that happens chaotically or by chance or by luck or coincidence. It's all beautifully done, not predestined, not pre-designed, but your actions, my actions, and all the actions lead us on certain roads, and then we cross with other people because they're vibing on similar frequencies or pretty much the same one sometimes, not all the time. So, let's go! Now, this video is about what one foreigner feels about Colombia, especially here, the Valley of Aburrá, especially Medellin and Envigado. Of course, Sabaneta is included, La Estrella, Itagüí, Bello, Copacabana, Girardota, Barbosa, Caldas. You know what I'm saying? So, I talked to David, and I just want you to enjoy the view, everything along the way, so you don't have to look at my beautiful, handsome, stunning Steve Austin face all the time, because then you won't be able to concentrate on what David actually told me, and I'm reporting. Yeah, I know, I think very highly of myself. What can I say? If it wasn't like that, then I would be like down on the ground. No, I love myself, period. So David Roberts, beautiful Guayacan tree over there, Guayacan. That one with the yellow leaves, they're very rare to find, and they blossom almost only once a year or once every 2 years. I don't remember. Guayacan tree. Okay, so we're going. So David Roberts, I'm asking him questions. I'm like, yo, David, how long have you been living here? So I don't remember exactly how long he's been living here. He told me he came here when he was 44 years old. Hey, doggy, you like David Roberts too? Or you like Envigado too? Yeah, you love Envigado, don't you? Yeah, you're telling big stories about Envigado. So, David Roberts told me he came here when he was 44 years old, and he told me this morning he was 50-something. I don't know if he said he was 52, 51, or 53, or 54, but, wow, look at this. Just a little house here, a little finquita house, still old school amongst all of this. These are humble people. These are Estrato 3 neighborhoods, maybe even Estrato 2, the way they stratify them for electricity payments and, phone. Oh, look at these beautiful dogs. Están lindas. Wow, qué bien. Wow, tan bonitas. Beautiful. So, he says he loves it here. He's been here for, I think, 10 years now. And he loves living in Envigado. And he told me that he pays 900,000 pesos. He lives in a neighborhood in that area called Manga Azul. Hola, ¿cómo están? Qué bien. And Manga Azul. So he pays 900,000 pesos. Now, I can't give you an accurate US dollar figure on that monthly rent, but right now the dollars you get for $1 US, you get 4,000 pesos, Colombian pesos. So you're looking at approximately $200 and some change. Maybe $220 a month, and it's a 3-bedroom apartment. It's about 60 square meters. I don't know about feet. I just don't know about feet, but 60 square meters. And 3 bedrooms, and it's in a gated community, or what's called a private estate of apartments, and everything with security for entrance and whatever. I had to pause the video for a second because I was walking through some copyright stuff. So, this is like a little itsy bitsy village within Envigado, El Salado, and whatever they call this area. So, what I'm saying about David Roberts, he pays about $220, $225 a month rent. A little local shop where you can buy your groceries, produce, cleaning essentials, whatever. And a little stationery shop / pool hall. So, it's a gated community where he lives, or a private estate, as they would call it in England or in Wales. And look at the old folks just hanging out, the old boys, shooting the breeze. That's one of the things David likes about this whole area. And he feels very safe, very secure. He feels very safe, very secure living here, happier, ouch, living here. And he said that during the whole pandemic part, when everything was in lockdown, for almost like, for 8 months, 7 months here, he didn't go out of Envigado because he was working the virtual classes online like me, because we're online language teachers teaching English these days. And some people are going back to in-person classes here in Medellin, Envigado, and whatever. Not me. No, thank you. And he was saying that people are very nice. He loves it. The weather. He loves Envigado better than Medellin, because where he lives it's calmer, quieter, less contamination, fresher air, cooler, still warm, but not as warm as Medellin, because Medellin is lower, at a lower altitude. And some of the pointers he shared with me, so I can share with you, is if you are a foreigner from England, the UK, whatever, Scotland, the US, Canada, any European country or Asian country or African country, and whatever, and you want to come and live here, learn Spanish. He speaks Spanish because he learned because he wanted to really communicate with people. And he said if you want to make friends and everything, for him it was going to the places where they teach you how to dance. He learned how to dance porro, tango, vallenato, salsa, merengue, cumbia, stuff like that, porro, paso doble, typical South American dances, not reggaeton, not electro music, not hip hop, just those things. And at those places where he went to learn those things, the classes, he met people, and more people like more of his age, and not no young teeny boppers and whatever. And he loved it, and that's how he met people. And then he says he still goes to a place called Palco over there on San Juan Avenue here in Medellin. Palco, one of 3 places where they have dance academies, and then at night on the weekend they convert it into like a dance hall, so you can practice what you've learned with other people. And you pay to go there, but it's not really about drinking. I think they sell very little alcohol. It's not that kind of a situation, not a regular nightclub. It's just for those people and for that crowd, that age crowd. And he loves it, and he's met people like that. And the women he's met, good people, good girls, good women in general. But he said you have to be careful, because you can also meet those fufurufas, those like sleazy women. You find them all over the world. Here in Medellin, that's Medellin in the distance. Medellin all the way in the distance. All those buildings in the distance, in the far distance. Let me zoom in. That's Medellin. We are in Envigado. So yeah, we can catch a little bit, but we can't see downtown. Downtown is over that hill, Medellin, and there's another hill that will cover up in Medellin. We won't be able to see from here, like Coltejer building and whatever. El Hueco, not from here anyway. But all this is being developed, like I told you. This area is called Chingui, Uno y Dos, Chingui 1 and 2. These veredas. And if you go all the way up there, up the mountain, onto the other side, this is still Envigado, even on the other side of the mountain. And then you have El Retiro, that borders somewhere up there, the township of El Retiro, and the township of Rio Negro, where the international airport is. Anyway, back to what old boy David was telling me, David Roberts, and he loves it here. And he feels more secure, like I said, he feels safer here than he does in other countries. And he's been to a couple other countries in his life, Mexico and whatever, but he told me he didn't want to do the interview because he's camera shy. He doesn't like going in front of a camera, but at least this information is still fresh in my mind, in my memory from this morning, and that's what he told me. And healthcare is much cheaper here. If you're making US dollars or British pounds or European euros, if you're making a good salary and you're a digital nomad or whatever, or you got really good savings, then you get good dental and healthcare here. Cheaper rent. The food is better in terms of the selection of produce and vegetables and everything, and fruit, fresher, and the food doesn't have all these preservatives and conservatives, whatever, all these chemicals like they do in the States and Canada, whatever. The food is fresher here, cleaner, even more organic in some cases, and whatever. So he loves a lot of things, and he said, don't go give him papaya, because we were talking about that. Wow, 10 minutes into this video. Ouch. So I'm going to wrap it up in 2 minutes, flat or less. And he said, don't give papaya, no de papaya. Don't expose yourself to being robbed. Don't go around wearing an expensive watch. He told me he bought a watch for 50,000 lucas. He uses some of the colloquial words. Lucas means, it's colloquial for like thousands, 50,000 pesos. That, which is like, you know, $12, $13, $14, $15, whatever. He bought a watch at this place, cheap watch. And if he gets robbed, it disappears, no problem, he gives it up. And he's got an expensive watch or a fancy watch that he just keeps at home and only uses it to go to a special party or whatever when he takes a cab and all of that. And no de papaya, and be careful, don't go to those crazy nightclubs where you're going to find the sleazy women and the women that are going to try to rob you, or have some dudes as, let's say, accomplices to rob you somewhere, lead you to some place, and you're thinking you're going to get easy sex or something. Don't. People have this idea to keep coming here for cheap sex tourism and drug tourism, because they can do drugs here more cheaply and without getting into trouble big time like they would in the US or Canada, in terms of it goes on your record and all that. So he said that people do come here, and then sometimes they can fix that up with the law here or whatever. I don't know how true that is, because I have no idea. I don't do drugs and all that. So David Roberts loves Colombia, especially Envigado, and that's it. That said and done, everybody has a different opinion about a place they've been to and lived there or visited for a short time, and that's David Roberts, the Welshman, man from Wales, England. Thank you, David. Thank you for that interview this morning while I was working out at the bars doing my exercise. Take care, guys. Until next time, this is Traveling Eddie, and we're going places all in Colombia, even though some videos will be coming out still about Mexico, in case you didn't watch the Traveling Eddie vlog update for the upcoming vlogs this year in 2022. But everything else is all Colombia, because I'm going to be here for minimum 2 years taking care of my mom. Some of you are saying, yeah, I already know that. You said it. You don't have to repeat it. Some of you are new to the channel, first time watching this. So you know why I'm staying here for quite a while. And then when I get a chance, I'll be traveling to other places inside of Colombia, but not anytime soon this year, because of what I said just a few moments ago. Take care, stay cool, and don't be a fool.